Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here with Jason Blaha Strength and Fitness, and once again it is time for a general physical preparedness workout. But a quick reminder, if you guys will please click like and drop me a comment down below, I'd appreciate it so much. Let's get over to the training. All right, I kept it very simple today. I did 3 basic movement patterns and did 1 set of band press down. So I decided to do weighted carries. These were done with a pretty short break because again I'm not using a whole lot of weight. I do feel like I need the extra grip training. Of course, I've had some people chime in the live streams and they're like, well, coach, I feel like maybe this is why your grip is a little fatigued on your deadlift. And it could be, but I feel like I could use the extra grip training. I do like the GPP for just body composition. And this is something I tell a lot of you guys out there. As long as you do a minimum of lifting, you can build a whole lot of muscle and strength off your actual conditioning. So again, for dudes who just want to get in really good shape, they could do a handful of big movements and come in and do their GPP like this. But in my case, though, I do want the GPP for improvement in my overall conditioning, right? So for me, it's about building conditioning, building work capacity, and to a lesser extent, building some extra muscle with it. So again, I do think in those terms of I do want a hypertrophic benefit. But notice that we don't push the limits. You know, when people say, well, those weighted carries are not super heavy, and they don't need to be. Because I deadlift 3 days a week, I don't want my weighted carries to just bury me in terms of that. I just want them to improve my overall conditioning, a little bit of cardio, some grip training, a little bit of core work and everything. So again, the idea with GPP is we just want strength-based conditioning. We want to get our endurance up a little bit, our work capacity up, and we want to gain a little bit of muscle from it. So always keep that in mind. And GPP doesn't need to be always programmed. It can be random. Now I have some basic movements I like to do regularly, based upon the equipment I have. I mean, I would actually love to eventually get a big tire also. Like I'd love to do some tire flips and sledgehammer on a tire, and maybe eventually we'll do some stuff like that. But right now I don't have it. I don't need it. Bit of an inconvenience to even get one out here, unless a fan wants to donate one and carry it over. But no, they're just a pain in the butt to get at the moment. Oh, there, my thing fell down, which sucks on that concrete because it always scuffs my plates a little bit. So we did that. Then I did 3 rounds of sled sprint. So what I'm doing with the sled, I push it reasonably fast on the trip down, right? It's not at a sprint. It's just a nice little good brisk pace. And then when I turn it around, though, to come back, I want to sprint. And I do about 60 seconds between these. So when I come back, I want to sprint as hard as I can. So when people say sprinting or do you do any fast running, just the other jogging, it's like, I do the sled sprints. I am at a full run on this. So let me be clear. I am pushing it as fast as I can. So that's the idea. And for me, this is most of my quad work. So again, look at my thigh size. The sled is actually the largest portion of my actual volume, right, that I use to build my legs up. So again, for me, this is a big part of my leg hypertrophy because I really only do, right, we only do a few sets of squats every week outside of that. So right now I'm only doing most weeks 3 sets of squats. I could increase that later, and I've thought about increasing that later. So pretty much my squats and deadlifts are my leg work outside of this. Yet, I get a pretty robust hypertrophic effect. And I always tell this to guys, sleds will make your legs big. You can get big, thick jack legs from sled sprints. And I'm talking your quads, your glutes, your calves, all that stuff. You can get bigger, guys. Absolutely. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. And this is based upon, both some scientific research and my observations in the real world. So, I feel like for me, if I did nothing but sled work, I would still have pretty big legs. I'd have pretty jack legs, quads and calves and all that. So for me personally, that's all I do at the moment. I squat, I deadlift, I do that. Now I do some reverse hypers for my low back and everything. But yeah, so sled sprints. And so this is pretty much half of my GPP is do 3 rounds of weighted carries here, 3 rounds of the sled sprints. And then I do the Medball tosses. Now, Medball tosses are going to be the volume of my GPP. Why? Because I like the shoulder work, and I feel like I need the improved shoulder mobility. And these help. Like this brings a lot to the table for me. I feel like for me, these really help open my shoulders and stuff up. So I'd been doing triples on these, and now I took them over to sets of 5. Because again, when we're doing explosive stuff, anywhere from 1 to 5 reps on a movement pattern is going to give you explosiveness. And when you start exceeding that, rate of force production goes down. So about 5 is all you're going to get. So I do 5s, and I just did a 5x5 on these today. The other day I did 6, which was the most throws I've done, in terms of work density. But so why these? Well, because we drop into a low position just like we would for a clean or a deadlift. So we pull off the ground. So we have to use the whole body, right? So we do have a hip hinge in this. So it's an explosive hip hinge from the floor. And then by throwing it up over behind your head, we get a lot of shoulder activation, right? So for me, for someone who's had shoulder mobility issues due to some impingements, and I still cannot fully lock out overhead with the barbell, it's something I'm working on, to return to, because I used to be really strong at overhead presses. I feel like for me, this is a conditioning tool and an explosive tool I can use. It helps with that. So what do we get out of it though? It's full body explosiveness, right? Because just like on a power clean, so a clean gives you a certain amount of explosive training. This is similar in regards to that in terms of the movement pattern. Now, obviously, we don't have heavy weights. Like I have the heaviest med ball I could find at the time when I grabbed it, easily fine. So I've got the heaviest one Titan makes at 30 pounds, which, is kind of funny. I was looking into that a while back. Some people said, yeah, I feel like you need a heavier one. I'm like, I do too. And then I look into it. It's like, it's kind of hard to find a heavier one. I was actually genuinely curious. Not a lot out there. So this is on the heavy end, compared to what a lot of people get. And then I realized, oh yeah, I bought the heaviest one Titan had. Again, looking pretty thick there overall. Again, I'm kind of at a point with size. It's like, honestly, if I just got leaner, I think people would be shocked. But I think this shows in this lighting when you can see just under the bit of fluff, the muscle density. Muscle density is there, the thickness and hardness under there. I mean, I obviously have a little bit of body fat still covering a lot of it. But if I ever do finish really cutting down, which I might do this next year, I'm seriously considering doing it this coming year, because I don't want to be over 200 once I'm 50, so I could stand to lose 10 to 15 pounds, maybe next year coming up. So yeah, I mean, we've got the muscle density. We can see it all there. And I think when I'm out here in the sun like this, in this natural lighting, I think that displays it, pretty well. Displays it pretty well. But yeah, when I get towards 50, I probably do want to be a little bit lighter body weight and leaner by then. It would just be good for my overall health and fitness. So I did this, and then I finished with 1 set of band press downs just for the tendon health and to get a little bit of blood flow and stuff to the triceps because of all the heavy pressing I do. But overall, happy with the conditioning today. So I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys and gals next time.